Our next guest is Natasha Trenev. She is the founder and president of Natren, and I think that we've got Natasha on the line. Natasha, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, and delight to be with you.
My pleasure. Natasha, you are a probiotic pioneer. You've significantly contributed to the evolution of probiotics industry, and your prior work in the field with consumers has been with limited knowledge of supplements, but may benefit your extensive experience and knowledge of the industry that began in your family with a 750-year history. Tell us about that.
Yes, I'm a naturalized citizen. I came here as a child of 8 years old in the late 1950s with my family, and my family was instrumental in introducing natural-style Bulgarian yogurt and liquid acidophilus. And no one knew what we were talking about, and actually many of the Americans who lived here didn't even know what yogurt was. So we had the tough task of introducing them to the concept of yogurt and why it was a functional food. And from that concept, I went on to realizing that if I could concentrate these beneficial bacteria and make certain that each individual could get them in a regular amount every day, that it will impact every area of their health. And luckily for me, and maybe 15,000 published research articles in the field of science, clinical data, etc., all of my theories that I purported 35 years ago are now mainstream science.
You've done a remarkable job. We've got about a minute left, but I want to just get one question in. Brain-gut connection. Bring that out for us.
Well, it is the most important connection because you have what we call the enteric nervous system, which is part of your GI tract, and that's where our second brain resides with 100 billion neurons. And the information from our gut is transported by the vagus nerve to our brain stem. And what the information sent from our gut to the brain is what controls our mood, whether we have anxiety, depression. It even controls diseases such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, schizophrenia, dementia, on and on. And we know that the composition of the bacteria in your gut will and have an influence on your mental health.
I can see that. Well, let's make sure that everybody gets your web address before we go to a commercial break, and that is natren.com, right?
No, it's natren.com, natren.com, and we have tremendous amount of articles and research data, interviews where you can learn. I think everybody in the United States will realize that the diet, an exercise regimen, and what I call strategic probiotic supplementation will change the healthcare in this country.
Let's do this. Natasha, let's take a little break, and we'll come back on the other side, and we've got plenty of more questions for you, all right?
Okay, very good. I'm on.
All right, we'll be right back with Natasha Trenev, Natren.com. This segment brought to you by VitaminPatch.com. We'll be right back. You've been listening to CEO Money with Michael Yorba, Tommy Habib, and Mervyn Price. Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba with Tommy Habib and Mervyn Price. Our guest today is Natasha Trenev, founder and president of Natren, Natren.com. Natasha, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, my pleasure. I want to bring Mervyn in right away. We've got a bunch of questions for you, and then I'll follow up with a few more myself. Mervyn, come on in. You had a question about pets, right?
Natasha, I like cats. I've got 3. Anyway, I've got one, which there's certain foods he eats, and he does what cats do. He throws up. I noticed you have a feline dophilus probiotic for cats. Could you talk to that for me, please?
It's called feline dophilus, and in conjunction with a very prominent German veterinary doctor about 25 years ago, I formulated the special products for cats, dogs, and horses. And, they have the same problem that we do, and your cat's throwing up means that there is a digestive issue. And the feline Dophilis comes in a syringe with 10 notches. And if you give the cats at least one dose a day, within a couple of days, the cat's digestive issues should be eliminated.
That's marvelous. That's why I'll let Winston, my cat, know there's something on the way for him.
I've noticed that our pets are having as many digestive issues as human beings, and I think it's what's going on environmentally in northern, what I call westernized countries, where children are not getting the right bacteria along with our pets at birth, and that's a topic of a 2-hour lecture. So I'm just briefly telling you there is a change, and it's not good for the health of either humans or animals.
I understand that, and unfortunately, it's not a change we want with GMO and the other products there, but I noticed that the purity of your product, who makes it for you? Do you make it yourself, or do you put that out?
No, we make it ourselves. That's what's unique about us, that the products are formulated and researched by me, and we make it in our state-of-the-art pharmaceutical-grade manufacturing facility out here in Westlake Village, California. We're expanding the plant, and if you go online and click on the thing about us, you'll see actual pictures of the plant and the equipment that we have inside the plant, because making probiotic bacteria is rocket science, and it shouldn't be left out to contract manufacturers and the dozens of people who just buy products and spend most of their money in marketing, and then people get discouraged with the concept because they don't get a result.
That's marvelous, Natasha. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. So what you've essentially done is you've retained the purity of the product and you haven't industrialized it for the sake of profit.
That's correct.
Congratulations. Michael, do you have a question on this?
Oh, I have scads of them. Let's get into a few of these. How are probiotics different from other vitamins in the market?
Oh, vastly different. Now, probiotics are microbes, and they're intelligent one-cell entities. They're actually more intelligent than we are, and they play a tremendous role inside our gut. We as humans are 90% microbes and only 10% human cells. We have approximately 100 trillion microbes lining the 27 feet of our GI tract. And those microbes control gene expression, absorption, the function of our immune system, the function of our second brain. And so it's always in our best interest to make sure that that microbiota is balanced in our favor and not in the favor of the microbes, because 24/7 those microbes will and want to take advantage of your body because it's a perfect environment with them. And so every time you eat, drink, or breathe air, you're inhaling new microbes that disturbs that flora. And when you're stressed, the stress hormone produced also suppresses the beneficial flora. And I'm just hitting the highlights. So every day with poor diet and stress, we are destroying that most important ecosystem inside of our gut. And if we change our eating habits and have strategic probiotic supplementation and are careful of the liquids that we ingest, we could see a tremendous change in the health of our country.
Natasha, I'm going to have to break in. We're going to have to close for now. Real quick, where can the listening audience get your product?
Well, they're available. Our products are available under the Natren probiotic label in Sprouts across the country, Whole Foods, or if you want to get a real person to help you with your program, call us at 866, the number 4, and the word Natren, Natren. And we literally have people that have been with us for 20 years that really care about people and want to help you.
Thank you so much for being our guest, Natasha. Appreciate that.
Thank you for having me, and it's always a pleasure to talk about my life's work.
Ours too. All right, that's Natasha Trenev, founder and president, Natren.com. This segment is brought to you by Tycon Partners. You've been listening to CEO Money with Michael Yorba and Mervyn Price.